seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that day, my mother's phone actually it went off. The screen was cracked, and it had like the password and ID in it.
Okay. Okay, fine. So today we will study uh, resolution of vectors. Resolution of vectors. Resolution means splitting, splitting the vectors. Splitting of vectors along axis. You can split the vector along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. So here we will split the vector along x-axis and y-axis only. Okay. Mm. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. And if there is a vector from this point, there is a vector like this. Okay? And this vector is making an angle theta with x-axis. This vector is making an angle theta with x-axis. Then we can split this vector along this axis and along this axis. If this is vector A, if this is vector A, okay, I am writing only the magnitude of this vector. So suppose this is O, this is P, this is Q, and this is R. So if you are splitting the vector on this axis, then OP means that this vector along this axis will become A cos theta, and along this axis it will become A sin theta. So OP is equal to A cos theta and OR is equal to A sin theta. OP is equal to A cos theta and OR is equal to A sin theta. Okay. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis. And suppose there is a vector like this, and this vector is making an angle theta now, this time with y-axis. This time with y-axis. axis. And now if I want to resolve this vector along x-axis and y-axis, so along y-axis, suppose this is a vector A again. So this is origin O. I am supposing this as this point O. So O, and this is P. This is Q and R. Q and R. So this will become so OR this time will become A cos theta, and this will become A sin theta. Earlier we have seen this is A cos theta and this is A sin theta, means
The one where theta is there, the angle, that becomes cos theta.
yeah. You can think one thing. You can think this like this vector is making an angle with this axis, means along this axis, this the component of this A is A cos theta. From here you can see with this axis, with y axis, the vector A is making an angle theta. So along this axis, the component is cos theta. From here you can conclude that the angle made by the vector with the axis, and on that axis the component is A cos theta. Okay, so we will solve a question, then you will get what I am saying. Like, so A cos theta here is component of A along x-axis, along x-axis, and A sin theta is component of A along y-axis. In this case, A cos theta, that is OR. So in this case, you can see that along the y-axis, the component is A cos theta. Along the x-axis, the component is A sin theta. Okay. So if there is a vector of 5 Newton, means a force of 5 Newton is in this direction, and this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. This is the y-axis. This is y and this is x, and this is making an angle theta, means 30 degree. 30 degree with x-axis. We have to find component of this force. This is force, 5 Newton force. 5 Newton is force. Find component of force along x-axis and y-axis. We have to find the component. So see here. See here. This is x-axis this is x-axis and this is the vector, and along this axis I have told you this is the angle theta. So along x-axis, component of force along x-axis is 5 cos theta. ठीक है? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Means the angle made by this vector with this axis is 30 degree. So 5 cos theta, and what is the value of theta? Cos 30, and what is the value of cos 30? Is root 3 by 2. So answer is 5 root 3 divided by 2 Newton. And if I want to find the component of this force along y-axis, so what is the answer? 5 sin theta.
Yes, sir.
And sin 30. Value of sin 30 is 1 by 2. This will become 5 by 2 Newton. Got my points or not?
Yes, sir.
You have to simply multiply cos theta or sin theta with the given vector. I have multiplied the 5 with cos theta if I want to calculate the component along x-axis. And this vector is making an angle 30 degree with x-axis. And with y-axis, the component is this. So if the question is like this is a vector of 3 Newton, this is a force, and this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is x, and this is making an angle of 45 degree. And we have to find component of force along x-axis. Can you find component of force along component of this vector along x-axis? Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
How you will find? Please find. Means
Along x-axis.
Along x-axis, what is the value? Please tell me.
Cos theta. That will be 3 cos theta.
Very good. 3 cos theta. And
So
3 cos 45?
Into 45.
45. And cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So
3 into 1 by root 2.
Yeah. This will be the answer. And along y-axis, 3 sin theta.
It's gonna be 3 sin theta. Yes.
Yeah.
3
This will be
sin
3
45.
sin. And the value of sin 45 is again 1 by root 2. This will become
3.
3
It's the
by
same. Yes.
root 2 and 3.
This is splitting of vectors, right?
Yeah,
X
this is
and Y.
what we are doing. See here. Suppose this is the vector. This is a vector, and this is one axis. These are two axes. I need one more pen. Okay. 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 Huh. See here now. This is the vector, and this is one axis. This is x-axis, and this is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. What I am doing, I am taking the component. There are two components of this vector. One is along this axis and one is along this axis. So I am taking the component of this. means you can say the projection of this on this axis or on this axis. Okay, that thing I am doing here. So if there is one last question of it, suppose here is a vector of 8 Newton and this is y-axis and this is x-axis and this is making an angle of 30 degree. Now this is force. Now what is the value of fx this time? Component of this 8 Newton force along x-axis.
It's sine theta.
Very good. 8 sine
8
theta.
sine theta.
Very good. 8 sine theta.
8 sine 30.
Yeah. This will become 4 Newton.
Yes.
Fy will become 8 cos theta. Into cos 30. That will become
Root 3 by 2.
4 root 3 Newton. Okay. So please note it down. So we are just taking the projections or you can say components. Simply multiply the vector with either cos theta or sin theta. Oh, अरे, क्या हो गया? एक मिनट. Am I audible, Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened here. Okay, now it's fine. What happened? Wait for 1 minute.
I copied that, sir.
You have copied all the things.
Yes, no, the till here, yeah, resolution of vector,
You
vectors, the definition. I copied this also, the two graphs.
okay?
I copied this, yes.
Okay. Actually, it will come back. I know that, but it will take some time. I don't know.
Yes, sir. I already copied it, so no problem.
You have copied, na? So now
Yes.
you are
This
copying.
yes.
Okay. Now you are copying the questions.
Yeah, find the component.
Okay. Okay. Fine. That's fine. Bhumi, are you revising your notes at your home?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
After class.
okay, good.
Sir, I copied this.
Okay, fine. So please copy this one. We have to take the components along either on the x-axis or on the y-axis. And you have to identify here with which axis the vector is making an angle. The axis with which the vector is making an angle, the component will be cos theta along that axis. Completed, Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, please copy this. Fx means component of force along x-axis. Fy means component of force along y-axis. And now the real game will start. This is just the warm up. Why we are doing this? Because of the question that we will solve now. Okay. Completed, Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you have completed, you should test. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the real game. Okay. So see here. Can I make the triangle? Okay, very good. This is the triangle. Now see on the screen very, very carefully and listen me very, very carefully. Very easy question this is. This is a plus q charge is placed on the vertex. Here again a plus q charge is placed. Here again a plus q charge is placed. And at the centroid, this is a centroid of this triangle. Here a plus this charge means you can say plus capital Q charge is placed. Okay. And this is the position A, this is the position B, and this is the position C, and this is the position O. I am supposing this. Fine. And here at this point, this plus Q charge is placed. This plus Q charge is placed. And this is the position O. And calculate the force on plus Q charge due to charges on the vertex of triangle. Now we have to calculate the total force on this charge due to these three charges. Due to these three charges. Now let's see here. Now here is plus Q charge is placed. And tell me one thing. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Tell me one thing. Due to this charge, the direction of force on this charge will be like this. We should take some different curve. Okay, this is fine. Due to this charge, the force on this direction of force will be like this. Because this is positive charge and positive will repel and the direction will be like this. So I can write this force as, this is the point O. This is the point O. This is the point O. So I can write this can be force on charge at O due to A. We have done this earlier also. Bhumi, we have done this thing.
Yes, sir.
And I have told you I will do these things. I will represent the force like this. So what I have written, the direction is in this direction and I am representing this force on charge O, force on charge at O due to charge at A. And due to this positive charge, the direction of force will be like this. Okay. The direction of force will be like this, and I am representing this force as force on charge at O due to charge at B.
Yes.
And due to this charge, the direction of force will be like this.
Force on FO due to FB.
Yeah. So I can write this force on O due to C, due to charge, force on charge O due to charge C. So Here you can see now. This is the point, and these are the three vectors. These are the three vectors at point O. So we have to calculate the resultant force at point O. This is the point O. This is the point O, and we have one vector in this direction. This is not in this direction. We have this point O, and one vector is in this direction. This is FOB, and one vector is in this direction. This is FOC, and one vector in the downward direction, vertically downward direction. This is FOA. Earlier we have calculated the resultant of two vectors. Now here there are three vectors, and we have to calculate the resultant at this point O. Resultant at this point O. So now what I am doing, first I am calculating the value of FOC. I am calculating the value of FOC. So FOC is, OC means this is O and this is C. So what is the force in between them? K Q1 Q2 by R square. K, what is value of Q1 is Q, Q2 is Q, and R square, I am taking this distance as R. This distance as R. Okay, from C to O, the distance is R. This will become R square. Have you understood, Bhumi? I have done nothing. Simple. This is very simple. I have just
Yes, sir.
calculated the force between this charge and between this charge, and the distance between these two charges is R. And again here also the distance is same, and here again the distance is same. So you can write here OA is equal to OB is equal to OC is equal to R, because this is the centroid of the triangle. Centroid.
So can I just bring my charger of laptop?
What? Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So FOC we have calculated KQQ divided by R square. Similarly, I will calculate FOB. And when you calculate FOB means force between this and this will also KQQ divided by R square. And when you calculate FOA, this will again become Q into Q divided by R square. FOA is equal to K Q into Q divided by R square. Now see here, these all three forces are equal. FOA is equal to FOB is equal to FOC. So I am supposing this force as F. Okay, because these forces are equal. These forces are equal, and this is the point O, and here plus Q charge is placed. Now I am again modifying this. This is the point O, and here a force F is acting in this direction, and here a force F is acting in this direction, and here a force F is acting in this direction. Now what we will do, we will draw the x-axis and y-axis here. We will draw the x-axis and y-axis here. Okay. We will take the component of these forces to solve the question. I am taking x-axis, this is y-axis like this. Okay. And I am taking x-axis like this. Okay. So we have to take the component of these forces on these axes. This is point O. This is point O. So for that, we should know the angle between the force and this axis. Now see here. See here. We have to draw one more diagram. This time we are calculating the angle of force. I am removing. I'm just removing all these things. Yeah. Mhm. This is like this. Okay. So this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. Okay, this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. So from here you can see that. From here you can see that if this angle is theta, then this line and this line are parallel. So this angle will also be theta. This angle will also be theta. Means with x-axis, this force is making an angle theta. Means with x-axis, with this x-axis, this is x-axis. This force is angle. This force is making an angle theta. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
okay. By symmetry, we can say this angle is again theta. This angle is again theta. So this forces will also make an angle theta. Okay. This force will also make the angle theta. So here, this force is again making an angle theta. Now we will take the components. Component of force along this axis. Component of this force along this axis will become F cos theta, and in this direction it will become f sine theta. Okay. And the component of force along this is f cos theta, and along this become f sine theta. If this angle is theta, then this is also be theta. Okay, fine. So this is f cos theta, and component of this force along this axis is again f sine theta. F sine theta. And I have mentioned that now I am saying that this is the equilateral triangle. This is the equilateral triangle. All sides of equilateral triangle are equal, na, Bhumi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now from here you can see that this f cos theta is in this direction and this f cos theta is in this direction, means these forces will get cancel out. Means here two forces are in opposite direction. Two forces are in opposite direction. Here is one force is in this direction and one force is in this direction and of equal magnitude, means these two forces will get cancel out. Now we have, if we want to find the resultant F net at point O, that will be this force F minus, you have to find the force from here, means one force is in downward direction and two forces, and what is the value of these two forces? Like I can write this F, this is minus F sine theta, and F sine theta can be added, this will become 2F sine theta. Okay, and here theta is 30 degree. This theta is 30 degree because this is equilateral triangle. Theta is 30 degree. Theta is equal to 30 degree. Now I am substituting the value of theta. This is F minus 2F sine 30. This is F minus 2F into 1 by 2. So this will become F minus F and total force will be 0. Means net force on this plus Q charge will be 0. Net force on this plus Q charge will be 0. Bhumi, have you understood? Actually, this is
Yes, sir. A
actually
bit work.
okay. This is I can understand that this can be little bit complicated for you, but with the help of practice, you can do it. Okay, so please note it down. And actually, I have done nothing. I have just added the vectors vectorically, added the force vectorically. So this is the way. So you can note it down.
So I wrote this.
And this one,
Yes, sir. From here I have to write.
okay, right. This diagram you have completed.
Yes, sir.
Now after this topic, things will be easy for you. I think. Uh, uh. But in life, you will not get everything easy. You have to deal with some situations which are not easy. Okay.
Yes. Sir, okay.
Wrote this. Completed this.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now please complete this. When completed, please tell me.
Yes, I completed now.
Completed. So we will solve one easy question. So Bhumi, please tell me the answer. This is a point. Here is a force of 5 Newton and here is a force of 5 Newton. What is the net force at point O? Net force and at point O? Two opposite forces. We have discussed that now. When two opposite forces are acting at a point, then net force can be calculated like 5 minus 5 equal to 0. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So if at this point here is 5 Newton and here is 4 Newton and I want to calculate the net force at point O, so how will you calculate? How will you calculate?
5 minus 4.
Okay,
I said it, but I was mute. Sorry.
okay, 1 Newton. And this is just, here is charge Q1, here is charge Q2, and they are separated by some distance. If I want to find the force between them, what is the, how can we calculate force? Can you tell me?
KQ,
K, Q,
Q1,
huh?
Q2 by R square.
Okay, very good. Now here are two charges. Here is Q1, here is Q2, and mm, they are separated by distance r. Okay, so they both are positive charges. They both are positive charges. So at this point, what is the direction of force? In this direction or is in this direction?
Yes, sir. So
Uh, okay, okay. Listen. Aram se. Listen. Two charges, positive charges are separated by some distance. Okay.
yes.
Okay, please relax first. Okay. No need to take that question too seriously. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So I want to calculate the force at this point because so the direction of force will be in this direction means or in this direction. Which direction is correct? F1 is correct or F2 is correct? Means like this is the line of action.
F1.
Okay, very good. Fine. And if here is negative charge, then F2 is correct and F1 is correct in terms of direction.
So F2.
Good. F2 is correct. Okay, actually, this is just the vector addition of forces. Okay. So after that, there are easy topics for you. Okay, and please have patience. Okay, Bhumi.
Sir.
Okay, and now you can leave and revise your notes and try to understand as much as possible. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Hello, Harsh. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, so we have completed uh, till here. So in the last class, I have discussed the parallel. We are discussing only the parallel plate capacitor. Only the parallel plate capacitor. In the first case, we have calculated the capacitance when air is present. In the second case, this is the second case you can say. In the second case, we have calculated the capacitance when dielectric is fully filled in between the plates. In the third case, we have calculated the capacitance when there is a conducting slab of thickness T is placed in between the plates of capacitor. Now there is one last case. One last case is there. Am I audible, Harsh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So parallel plate capacitor with dielectric is filled partially